everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to episode 140 of In Focus Friday. Last week we had a look at the Austrian 825th anniversary coin. It's the first of three. It's going to be a pretty cool series. Hopefully we'll be able to bring the rest to you. If you haven't checked it out, it's well worth a look. Very cool history and backstory to it too, and you guys were very interested in it, which is good to see. So there's a link down in the description. Go and have a look after today's video. Now, the clear outright winner from last week's vote was the gold. You guys are magpies at the best of times, and the allure of some lovely yellow shiny stuff obviously was too much to bear. So we're going to have a look at these there's three different types of gold 1 gram bars here and talk a little bit about the options if fractional gold is for you. But there will be a vote at the end of this episode for next week, so make sure you stick around and cast your eye and vote on what we have in store. So I put out a video on Wednesday this week about fractional gold, talking about whether or not it's a waste of time and money, whether or not you can do it, should do it, and all of those kind of pluses and minuses. And I thought as well, what would be good is, there is definitely a place for fractional gold. I have my reservations about it as a kind of stacking style piece, but there's definitely a place for fractional gold. And if you are so inclined, then what are the options out there? And I have 4 different options here on the table, which I thought we'd talk a little bit about, and some of the pluses and minuses of each of those. So we have, as you can see, Heraeus and Pamp. There are other brands out there, Perthmin and all of that do little 1 gram bars as well. But these are the ones that I've got in my possession at the moment. And the Heraeus, I guess, is where we're going to start. So they're all 1 gram, but there's a couple of different designs. Now, the majority of the time I would always say to you, buy your fractional gold from a bullion dealer. Don't buy it secondhand. Don't buy it on eBay or just from the guy down the pub, because there's a lot of fake 1 gram, 5 gram, 2 gram, even half ounce, 1 ounce gold bars in certi cards, and everybody thinks that these certification cards guarantee the purity. No, they don't. They can be easily faked, very well, easily, as you can see. So it's always a good idea, if you are going to buy stuff like this, to buy it from a reputable dealer, so that you don't get stung too much on that. There are some new pieces of technology which are coming in which really do help with that, and we'll talk a little bit about the Veriscan on here as we go. So Pamp may be better than Heraeus for this type of thing. So premiums are going to be high on these little 1 gram gold bars, that's for sure. Here's the design of the little 1 gram. It's kind of a long and thin bar, that's what I would like to call it. So there it is, Heraeus. We've got if we can get it really close as possible, we've got the logo there, and that's very cool. And it's got a serial number stamped on the bar, of course, which should, in theory, match up with the... Is there one on? Oh, yes, that's on the bottom of the card, of course, with the one on the bottom of the card there. So you can see they match up. So that's a good start. But again, it's not insurmountable. They are easily faked. Now, if you are so inclined to get 1 gram gold bars, often you can get better prices on larger sets. So here you have 5 1 gram gold bars, so they can be separated up. So if you are looking at getting a diversified portfolio where you have lots of different small change for that situation where you might need to barter with gold and you don't want to cash out with 5 grams, you can cash out with just the 1. Again, it's in a certi card. This is, in my opinion, better than the 1 gram in this card. This is hard. This will be harder for people to fake because they have to get every single bar. There's 5 things to do, basically. This is what I'm trying to say. And of course, we've got all of the serial numbers on the back there with the serial numbers right underneath. So there's a lot that they have to do to get right. There's a little bit more detail on the certi card itself. On the back here it is just plain, it's just literally a piece of card, whereas at least here there's a sort of an emblem. It's not 3D or anything, it's all behind the plastic, but at least it's something else and extra. The design, actually, I really prefer this little 1 gram design in the sort of square format than I do the other long and thin. So that's a pretty cool thing, and I think they look really good all in a row there. So that's very nice. And I think that's probably a better bet than single 1 gram gold bars. But of course, the disadvantage of this is that really, unless you're opening it and splitting it up, they're going to be, you know, a bigger unit price to buy and for people to buy off you in the future when you come to sell. And that is no more evident than with the Heraeus multi-disc. However, these do represent probably some of the best value 1 gram gold bars that you can get out there from dealers. A disc like this will probably set you back 37, 38 pounds a gram as opposed to 40, 44 pounds a gram for just one. Again, it's obviously a larger outlay at the start, so you know, it's that same square design, and I like the way this looks, I have to say. You know, this is even harder to fake than number 2. So we've gone 1, 2, and then 3 very different products, but in my opinion this is the one that is the hardest for anybody to fake, so that is a very good thing. It's also got okay, this is one of the coolest things. I'm not going to do it because that will break the seal, and actually this isn't mine anymore, somebody's bought it and I will be sending it off to them at some point. But yeah, you can take that seal off, you can turn this wheel around, and you can get your gold bars out. You can go like that and out it will pop, and you can use it in your barter scenario. So I think this is pretty cool. You know, even if you're not going to ever take them out of it, I think it looks cool in its circular form. I'm glad they did a circular form rather than just 2 rows of 5. That was that's very cool. So I'm very fond of the Heraeus gold bars. I think they're excellent. But as with the video that I put out last week, if you are interested in getting, they said platinum, if you are interested in getting fractional gold, my advice to you would be to save up and buy something bigger like this rather than single 1 gram pieces, which carry a little bit more risk with them. Now, on that subject of risk, of course, one of the forefront runners out there, forerunners I should say, of trying to keep things secure with their security cards is PAMP, and they have this new VeriScan basically system. So you'll notice here there's a QR code on the bottom of this assay card, and you can scan that, and with your VeriScan you can get access to all of the data around this bar, and you can see the photos of it as well. So it's pretty much, it's not foolproof. It's definitely not foolproof. There's elements to say that me even showing this on camera, or if you're listing this as an item for sale with that QR code there, somebody is going to be able to copy that. So there is an element of that to consider. But again, the amount of energy and effort that somebody has to go through to be able to get a PAMP bar looking this good. I mean, PAMPs are lovely. They're really, really gorgeous designs. But they have to get it looking this good, they have to make it look genuine enough to pass as fake gold, and then they have to go to all of the lengths to create the assay card with the QR code, with all of the VeriScan data to make it look pretty good. So in my opinion, this is as pretty close as it gets to non-counterfeitable. Is that even a word? Non-counterfeitable. It's fun to say as well. But yeah, so, you know, in my opinion, this is one of the best things that you can do. But they come at a premium. PAMP Fortuna bars like these, little 1 gram gold versions, do come at quite a premium. So there we have all of the 1 gram gold bars. This one's by far and away my favourite, not just because of the sort of security elements that go along with it, but just the design of it. And it's actually incredibly small, so for me to be able to get it up close to the camera is very cool indeed. And as you can see there, Swiss 1 gram fine gold 4 nines, and the serial number under there, which matches the serial number down there. So those are the 4 options that we've got out here. I think they're all pretty cool. I'd love to know your thoughts on which one of the 4 you would buy if you could. So please do comment down below and let us know as well if you have any, or if you're planning to get any, having watched today's video. So fractionals out of the way. You guys are all magpies. You love something yellow and shiny. And now I'm afraid I don't have anything yellow and shiny for the votes this week. We do have some returning items. We've got the shoe bill for the Rwandan wildlife series. We've got the starfish coin from the Cook Islands, which is very cool. So if you want to see either of those, then let me know. And then we're bringing it back. We're bringing back the Germania, another little tester to see if it can beat anything else out there on the table. Because when we had this out, gosh, it was maybe 2-3 months ago, it kept on losing. Every week it kept on losing. So if you want to see the Germania, please do vote down below in the comment section. Otherwise, if you enjoyed today's video, thank you for watching. If you could put a thumbs up on it, that would be very helpful for everything that we do here on the Backyard Bullion channel. And if you'd like to support the Backyard Bullion channel even more, then head on over to my website and you can have a look at all of my hand-poured silver that we create. Otherwise, that is it. Thank you one and all for watching. I hope you have a brilliant weekend ahead. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.